We don't always have a choice how we get to know one another. Sometimes people fall cleanly into our lives, as if out of the sky, or as if there were a direct flight from heaven to earth, the same sudden way we lose people who once seemed they would always be part of our lives. Well, the thing that I think readers take away from many of my stories, which is, don't take the people you love for granted. Love them while they're there, because you don't know how the story ends. That part of this novel is I think, or will be for readers of more than one of my novels, a familiar message. He felt that the great adventure of his life was just beginning, as his father must have felt in the throes and dire circumstances of his last night in Twisted River. The principal character of this book, the cook in the logging camp, has this enormous responsibility to take care of this son at a time in his life when he's still pining over the young wife he's lost, the boy's mother who's gone, and the circumstances of her being gone will be a part of the story. And the worst possible thing in his mind happens, something that jeopardizes not only his own life, but could also threaten the life of his son. And I thought, well, if it's your only child and you are that child's responsible person, what could be worse than to know that someone is hunting you, that someone is not going to stop looking for you. So I thought, okay, it's bad to be on the run, it's bad to know that someone's out to get you, but to know that someone's out to get you, and maybe your kid, that ups the ante, right? That makes it a little more serious. The young Canadian, who could not have been more than 15, had hesitated too long. This book got off to a quicker start for me than any other novel I can remember, even including the first one. You can give yourself the illusion as a writer that you are in control. But what a story really ends up being about is more like an obsession than a desire. I don't feel I really have a choice about some of the things that happen again and again in my novels. I'm not even conscious that they're going to happen. What you want in a first sentence is for the reader to be thrown so suddenly into the action of the moment that he or she is sort of hurrying to catch up to what has just happened and what is going to happen next. One of my favorite writers and fellow New Englander, Herman Melville, once said, "Woe to him who seeks to please rather than appall." My fellow New Englander and old friend Stephen King would probably agree that to appall is a good thing. It's what you consciously or unconsciously are looking for. I guess what always begins a book, to me, is something that appalls me, is something that makes me feel, oh God, don't let this happen to me. I don't want to be in this situation. And that is the situation I want to be in as a writer, trying to make the reader as anxious as I am.